Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. As you already know, today's technology is evolving at exponential scale from AI to virtual reality, electric vehicles to machine learning, and even you must have heard about ChatGPT, which has been trained such that it can solve any puzzle, any problem, or any bug depending upon its pre-training. So the core base of this technology is semiconductors, and precisely if we say it is vlsi domain under semiconductors. There are plenty of semiconductor companies in the world like Qualcomm, Nvidia, AMD, Google, etc. Since we are talking about the technology evolution, so it also brings various job opportunities in the market for the VLSI aspirants. But current scenario, as you know, is that global economy is under recession. So plenty of job loss is there. Companies are not able to perform well due to COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine war. So today in this video, we are going to discuss about four of the top semiconductor companies. Basically, we are looking over that how these companies have performed in the previous year 2022. We are going to discuss about their latest products, their revenue, it means their total sales, their profit or net income. And it is really important to discuss about financials of companies because financials are the only factors which let us know about the growth of the company. We can also predict whether company can lay off its employees in near future or not. Every company is a business, so to have knowledge about their business is really crucial before joining them. You have seen that Intel has laid off several thousand employees. So why they are doing that? If we are able to know the financials of the company, if we are able to understand that why the companies are in loss and how much revenue they have generated, so with this we can predict their future, and with this we can also say that whether the company is growing or not growing. So it is important to have the financial knowledge of the companies. So we are going to cover four companies: Intel, Qualcomm, Apple and AMD. I am Jashan and let's start the today's video discussion. Now, if we talk about Qualcomm, Qualcomm has generated a revenue of $44.2 billion in the year 2022, which is 24.2% lesser than the year 2021, which was 33.5 billion US dollars. So it means they have reduced their revenue for the previous year 2022. And when we talk about the profit or net income, they have gained a profit of $12.9 billion in the year 2022. And the profit for the year 2021 was $9.04 billion. It means they have their profit increased but their revenue decreased for the previous year 2022. It can definitely happen because they must have reduced their expenses, expenses like R&D investments they can reduce to have their more profit, or they might have reduced the salaries of the employees, or they might have reduced their administration cost, other costs. There are some operating costs for the company which are needed to get going of the company, so they must have reduced their costs as well. Now, if we talk about Qualcomm, Qualcomm is global semiconductor and telecom company that designs and markets wireless communication products and services. Qualcomm plays leading role in developing system level inventions that serve as foundation for 3G, 4G and 5G networks. So basically it is a company of equipment and services and along with licensing. Now if we talk about the business units of Qualcomm, they have three major business units. The first one is QCT, that is Qualcomm CDMA Technologies. This unit is responsible for the semiconductor business and which produces chips for the 3G, 4G and 5G, basically for the mobile phones. Now the another business unit is QTL. This is Qualcomm Technology Licensing. This unit is responsible to produce licensing business and they have their patents on their several IPs and their several products. So this is a unit responsible to give licensing to the other companies. Now the third business unit is QSI. This unit named as Qualcomm Strategic Initiatives. So this unit is responsible for the strategic investments in the other companies. Now if we talk about their business achievements, as of 30th September 2022, there were approximately 7.5 billion 3G, 4G and 5G connections globally, representing 88% of total mobile connections. So major of these connections or major of these 3G, 4G, 5G chips were from the Qualcomm. The second fact, more than 70% of new vehicles produced in 2028 are projected to have embedded cellular connectivity, with 60% of cellular connected vehicles featuring 5G. So it means in the near future, Qualcomm is also going to expand their business as a whole because 5G and upcoming technologies like 6G, 7G, they must have to have their products from the Qualcomm like chip, cellular modules and telecommunication products, etc. Now looking forward to their QCT business unit, they are developer and supplier of ICs and system software based on 3G, 4G, 5G and other technologies for use in wireless voice and data communication, networking, computing and GPS produces. and they have their most famous chip, that is Snapdragon processor, for all the mobile phones. The QCT business unit produces GPUs as well for mobile phones for 4K quality experience. So we have seen that Qualcomm produces wireless connectivity products. So these products also consist of IC and software for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and frequency modulation, as well as technologies that support location data and services, like including GPS for USA, GLONASS for Russia, Galileo for Europe and Navik for India. So all of these companies are using the products of Qualcomm as well. Qualcomm is a fabless company, which means they can't produce their own chips and they don't have any foundry unit. So they rely on third parties to perform manufacturing and assembly and testing. They rely on primary foundries for various digital, analog mixed signal, RF and PM, power management ICs. They have global foundries, Samsung Electronics, SMIC, that is Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, and TSMC from Taiwan. Now next company which we are going to discuss is the most famous company among us, and it was co-founded by the Steve Jobs, and it is Apple.